ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. Your car, running or not, can be picked up as soon as the next day. No title, no problem. Go to carsforkids.org today.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Day and night, PGW puts our energy into keeping you safe at home. PGW's 24/7 safety monitoring, infrastructure upgrades, and industry expertise help to deliver the essential energy you rely on and trust. And every mile of infrastructure we upgrade keeps energy delivery in Philadelphia more clean and more affordable. When you see us in your neighborhood, we're working harder than ever to stay on schedule and continue the work of keeping you safe at home. Remember, natural gas smells on purpose. Smell us? Tell us. PGW.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years.
He was in big trouble.
We're going to take your house, garnish your pay.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax relief firm.
I don't owe the IRS anymore. It was because of Optima Tax.
Call Optima now for a free consultation.
Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-392-7955. 800-392-7955.
Optima Tax Relief.
Actual client compensated for sharing their experience. Visit OptimaTaxRelief.com for details.
What's up, Pennsylvania? It's time for football at BetMGM. Take the field using promo code KOSTOS, KOSTOS, and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, original bets, and the best daily promotions in the business. Plus, when you huddle up with BetMGM at your fingertips, every pass, every catch, and every game matter more than ever. Remember to use code KOSTOS, KOSTOS, and receive up to $1,500 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Football is back, Pennsylvania sports fans. Don't miss out on any of the hard-hitting action. Place your moneyline prop and parlay bets with BetMGM today. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. Pennsylvania only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Zach Gelb with Honesty Sportsman. It's sponsored by BetMGM, the sportsbook born in Vegas. Please gamble responsibly. Sam Darnold had a tremendous regular season with an awful final game. Sam last night with the #1 seed in NFC North crown on the line was extremely jittery and missed high on many throws, only completing 18 of 41 passes for 166 yards. And that performance provides more merit to the claim that the Vikings will allow Darnold to ink a lucrative contract elsewhere this offseason while handing the baton over to J.J. McCarthy. I'm Zach Gelb.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Live from the Tasty Cake Studios. Sports Radio 94 WIP. An Odyssey sports station. Back to the Players Lounge. On your home for Eagles football. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
All I ever wanted was a black Grand National.
Yeah, I want a black
Give them
Grand
what they asked for. It's not enough. Few solid left, but it's not enough. Few that are really step, but it's not enough.
Welcome back, Sports Radio 94 WIP. It is the Chickies and Pete's.
That's how you know it's playing.
I'm going to stab myself right now. It is the Chickies and Pete's Players Lounge.
I missed. Got Monty G.
Hugh Douglas, Eliot, Shorr-Parks. I'm your host, Ike Reese. That's Monty G you hear in the background. Yeah, Monty G. Turn that thing down to like 4 or 5 for me today. Right, yes, appreciate you. Appreciate you, big dog. You know we love you. Baby.
After they win next week, you can go back up to a 10.
Yeah.
So with that being said.
What's up, fellas? Hold on. 14-3.
Yeah, okay. I'm waiting to see what happens next.
14-3.
Okay.
Pretty good. #2 seed.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Green Bay Packers next week.
Oh, you're not going to do it?
Oh, we're not doing victory for preseason.
Because see, that's what I was wondering. That's why I was wondering.
I gotta wait till Tanner comes on and then I'll.
I still think you should do it.
Oh, okay, yeah, because because they celebrated it.
It's still a big win. It's tied for franchise
Tanner
record.
Comes on and I will do it.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I've been pressured. Listen, because people weren't happy that I didn't do it at 2:00.
Well, yeah, because you got yeah.
I started it, and then
I was listening a little bit.
Oh, y'all was disappointed
and I know,
too.
you know what? I know Spike probably listened. I heard what he said about me too, talking about he hoped that this happened, so I get on the bus. I heard that, Spike. That was you supposed to be above all that, man.
Well,
Used
if
to
you're
run
not
this
going to
place.
dye your beard,
How about that? Did you hear them today pressuring me to dye my
I think
beard,
you should
man?
still dye it.
Did you hear that? That's
I heard
ridiculous,
you,
though.
yeah.
They moved the line. I have two people that I work with, love them to death, but they don't adhere to no rules at all. They move the line every chance they
They
get.
also don't have to dye their beard. So
Yeah,
it's
you
easy
know what
for
I
them.
mean?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Every day.
Maybe if you get on the bus.
Man, I'm having anxiety attacks about that
Here's
now.
the thing I'll say about the whole dyeing the beard, Hugh. Now, on the technically,
Oh, here you go.
no, I think you're in the right
Because it's 17.8.
Right, it's 17.8. So technically, you're in the right.
Technically means
But no,
he
but
thinks you
he
should dye
no,
that beard.
but he
Yeah,
about, he
that's
about
what
to hit you with a
technically
butt.
means.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what he about to hit
exactly.
you with. Okay, what's the butt, dog?
But because of how flippant you've
See,
been
and I
about the defense being a luxury and how good they've been this year, I think you ought to do it based on that.
And that's why everybody's so adamant about me dying.
Yes.
Because it's not so much that I actually won the bet. It's that I've been flippant about the take, which stood the test of time, by the way. It stood the test of time. It stood the test of time.
The second most important, listen.
I said that.
The offensive line, along with Saquon, best unit on the team, and then the defense as a whole. Come on, man. The defense, they finished number one this year.
Because you're a very practical person, Ike, and that's why we get along so well. Where are the resources allocated when it comes to this football team, offensively and defensively?
No doubt, offense.
And they lucked up. If you're being real, they went and got a linebacker off the scrap heap. No disrespect to Zach Bond.
Zach Bond, yeah.
And he became a Pro Bowler.
Yep.
They drafted well. I give them that. They drafted well.
Yep.
But going into this season, you didn't expect this defense to be exactly what they were, because when you looked at it, I'm not going to say they were devoid of talent, but there was a lot of question marks.
Unproven, yeah.
Yes, it was a lot of question
I
marks.
love watching Hugh defend this team.
And on the other side of the ball, they felt that their offense was going to be strong, so that's why they allocated the resources. And not only that, they did something that was unprecedented at the receiver position. They paid two receivers well over $20 million.
Sure.
So where's the line when I say that it's a luxury, not a necessity?
Well, again, technically, you might be right. But
well, that's all that matters.
No, here's where you were wrong, is because we watched them.
No, I get what you're saying.
But you
that's
watched
not what I'm
how
arguing.
good, but you watched how good the defense was this year.
And that's what I'm not arguing that.
Here's what it's akin to, Eliot. See if you agree with me here. I don't think you were in this camp. I think you were in the Bijan or bus camp with us.
I was, yeah.
Yeah. So there are a lot of people, Hugh, prior to last year signing Saquon, that always poo-poo the running back position.
Yeah.
You know, Howard used to say, you can find a running back anywhere. You can
You
shake
shake a
a tree. Yeah.
Yeah, his show wanted to draft a guard.
Yeah. So I say that to say there were numbers prior to that may have supported that, but then we got Saquon and we saw him.
Yes.
So you think anybody would say running back is a luxury, or you could find any running back anywhere in the team?
You know
that
what?
need
You make a valid point, but that still don't mean I got to dye my beard, because technically I won. You make a valid point. I give you that.
As long as you're on the bus to New Orleans.
I think people
That
want
one
you on
right
that
there.
bus. What would you, if you had to choose one? Which would you choose?
Between being on the bus for about what, 15 hours?
Yeah.
Or
With
dyeing
all
my
your
beard green?
callers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the green beard.
For a full month?
No, because let me tell you. See, that's the thing. I gave him a caveat.
Yeah.
I said we make it to the Super Bowl, which I do believe we are. That I would dye it green and wear it for 2 weeks.
I think that's fair.
They want me to dye it Friday.
Okay. Yeah, they want you to wear it the rest of the month.
They want me to wear it the whole month. And that was the original. My thing is this. That was the original bet.
Well,
So where is it that I'm winning? I mean, I won, but now I'm being treated like I lost.
Well, listen, this is why Joe is good at what he does. And he's a great host for you, co-host for you. Is that he's going to get as much mileage out of this as he needs to,
No,
as he can.
but that's not fair, because people, what's going to end up happening?
Right.
Say I come to the game. Well, I am going to the game Sunday, and my beard's not dyed. There's going to be people out there. Oh, well, you renege. I didn't renege on the deal.
Right.
It's just that the terms and conditions of the deal change every 2 days.
I think dyeing it for 2 weeks when they make the Super Bowl is a fair.
I think that's fair too.
compromise. I think that's a fair compromise.
Okay. I think we talked about this
Yeah,
enough.
yeah.
Yesterday's game, Eagles went to 14-3. And by the way, everybody, Eagles starting quarterback from yesterday, third string quarterback, second year, man. He's in the building. Tanner McKee will be joining us coming up in a few moments. But you know how we like to do on the Players Lounge. We like to get our takes and our opinions about the game out before we bring in the special guest. They go to 14-3. Tanner started yesterday. We thought that Ian Book may actually play some. I was actually happy that Tanner played the entire game because you got to see him on full display. 27-41, 268 in yards, a couple of touchdowns. Really got the ball out of his hands quick. Really looked like he had a comfortable feel of running the offense yesterday. What did you guys think about yesterday's performance? Anybody else stand out to you?
Well, I thought what was really impressive about Tanner was you could tell once the ball was snapped, he really knew where he wanted to go. That's how he got it out quickly. So when Kenny Pickett played against Washington and Dallas, we talked about how when a backup quarterback plays, it really shows how well your team is operating. When the third string quarterback plays and you guys still put up those type of yards on offense, that is very telling as to how this team is clicking. And that was really my biggest takeaway from the game yesterday. The Giants played all their starters in a 3-win season, and the Eagles backups basically controlled them the entire game. It never felt like the Giants were actually going to win that game. They had the neighbors touchdown at the end, but outside of that, they were in complete control. So as the playoffs begin, and obviously next week's game a little more important than this past one, I do think this did really show the Eagles are clicking on all cylinders right now, because you don't win that type of game if you're not a well-coached team from top to bottom, if your roster isn't good from top to bottom, and that's what they showed yesterday.
All right, so we know Tanner was in like the spotlight yesterday for a lot of people watching him play. Watching him play is easier to, analyze versus watching some of the other guys. Anybody else stand out to you? I thought, listen, it was the best game Jahan Dotson played all season. We got to see him be featured and focused on in there. Looked like they had some chemistry. What do you think about Dotson's play?
Well, it was definitely encouraging. The fact he had almost 100 yards. I mean, he has to play in the postseason to get that type of yardage and to really, I thought, just look good. He caught the ball well. I mean, I thought it was an impressive performance from Dotson for sure.
What about you, Hugh? Anybody stand out?
Well, Aeneas Smith.
Yep. Got his first touchdown.
Because that's a name we haven't really said a lot. And the ball distribution.
5th round draft pick or 6th round?
Something like that.
Well, Tanner was 6, so.
But not this year, though.
Yeah, Smith's a rookie this year.
Yeah, but Tanner's not a rookie this year.
Oh, yeah, good point. Right. I think it was 5th. Though. Okay. But yeah, my bad.
And
we got the bio over here, Tanner. Don't worry. We'll get it right. We'll get it right.
Yeah, and the fact that the ball distribution was something that jumped out to me.
Right.
And the efficiency of the offense. Now, when I talked about this earlier, I did not mean to cause a stir. I was just pointing out what I saw.
Yeah.
From
what'd you do today?
Well, I think we know where this is going. Yeah.
No. See, listen. My job is to point out what I see.
Yeah.
And the offense was efficient.
Yeah.
He got the ball out of his hands quick. He got multiple receivers involved.
Right.
That's all I said.
Yeah.
But then that kind of meandered in the, other stuff.
Oh, yeah, because you do the whole
And I talked about how Mike Quick and Merrill Reese were trying to contain themselves from gushing too much.
Okay.
Because let me keep it a beat. You know how it is around these parts, man.
Backup quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Backup quarterbacks.
And he looked
pretty good yesterday.
And not only that, it's not like he was playing with the starters.
Sure.
He played and listen, I know all the intangibles that go into this game. The Giants were not going anywhere. They're going home. They're probably 1, 2, 3 Cancooning. But the simple fact that they were out there and they played, that speaks volumes to me. And it's something that can't be overlooked. And that's all I said. Okay. Is that he looked efficient.
You have to defend your
No, I'm just saying,
opinion.
man, I've been defending myself all day. I just feel like I have to a little bit longer.
No, you don't have to defend. Not with us. You don't have to defend your opinion. You're Hugh Douglas, brother. You're Hugh freaking Douglas.
I'm just saying, dog.
Eagles Hall of Famer. Yeah. Who's questioning you, Eliot?
Nah, definitely not.
That would be my part.
Yeah. Although again, I did win 2 field goal competitions. People
Two of
like
them
to
things.
forget
You
that.
heard
it. Back to back.
Get that man his props.
Exactly right. But the other impressive thing yesterday I thought was they had 1 penalty. And when you consider these guys haven't played together a full game all year, they probably haven't taken a ton of reps together.
Right.
To only have 1 penalty is, again, a sign that the team is operating well. And when we
coached.
And when we think about the Super Bowl teams from 2017 and 2022, they were obviously very talented. They had a ton of talent on the roster, but they were also just a well-oiled machine. They didn't make mistakes. They didn't hurt themselves. And I think that yesterday showed the 2024 team is on that level right now.
I like it. You're absolutely right. I mean, a team with one penalty in a game like that at the end of the season with nothing really to play for really shows you how well coached they are as a team. All right, enough of us babbling. Let's bring the star in of the show. He'll be here with us on the other side here. We're at Chickies and Pizza in South Philly. Come on back. We got Eagles quarterback Tanner McKee in the house. He joins us here in the Players Lounge right here on 94 WIP.
PDQ POS is the MVP in point-of-sale solutions. Easy to use with the best support in the industry, and it doesn't take a bite out of your sales with costly fees. It's the choice of all concept food service businesses across the country. PDQ POS is real-time analytics with insights to elevate your team and your play calling. PDQ POS has been rated the #1 point of sale by restaurant owners for more than 35 years, so don't wait. Make the switch to PDQ POS today. Visit PDQPOS.com.
PNC Bank prides themselves on being boring, but the truth is they couldn't be more excited about serving our great region. For nearly 160 years, they've quietly planted the seeds to sprout brilliant results for equally brilliant clients. As fans themselves, they love your passion for winning. That's why they have dedicated teams across greater Philadelphia ready to do the boring work to help set you up for success. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
The Piazza Auto Group is proud to have served as the halftime sponsor of the Eagles radio network for over 20 years. As we hope for another championship, it's the perfect time to drive home in the new or certified pre-owned vehicle you've been wanting. The Piazza Auto Group features 18 brands, including Honda, Acura, Mazda, Hyundai, Genesis, Mini, Nissan, Subaru, and Volkswagen. To find the location nearest you or to shop their extensive inventory, visit PiazzaAutoGroup.com.
Ready to shoot your shot? Log into BetMGM every day and play the new Fast Break basketball game for your chance to win prizes. All you need to do is log into BetMGM, head to the promotions page, and fire up Fast Break, and you'll find yourself on the b-ball court ready to make a play. Choose to pass the ball to the shooting guard or small forward, or take it to the rim yourself and go for a slam dunk. If you score a basket, you'll win a prize, like a boost token, $50 bonus bet, or bonus spins. If you miss, never fear. Just log in again tomorrow and try again. BetMGM is putting the ball in your court. Are you up for the challenge? Log in or sign up to play Fast Break for your daily shot at boost tokens, bonus bets, or bonus spins. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly.
See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. New Jersey and Pennsylvania only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
Hey, Dan, how you doing? Haven't seen you around the gym.
Yeah, I've really fallen off. Since I turned 40, I just don't get the results I used to get.
Could be lower testosterone. I went through it a while back. I got Nugenix Total T, and it's made a huge difference for me.
I've seen that ad on TV. Is it for real?
Oh, yeah. The key ingredient is something called Tesnor, which helps boost free and total testosterone levels to help you trim up and stay lean.
And it's made a difference for you?
Man, I feel like I'm in my 20s again, at work, in the gym, and in the bedroom.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try it for themselves?
Yeah, you just need to send them a text. Text KICK to 321-321 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. Plus, text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, our most powerful fat incinerator ever, to help you get back into shape fast, absolutely free. Text KICK to 321-321. That's KICK to 321-321.
Products and statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or illness.
Homeowners, improve your family's comfort with a Bradford White water heater and enjoy all the hot water your household needs. All day, every day. With Bradford White, you get more than just a water heater. You get our commitment to quality and reliability that you can trust. How you heat your water matters, so don't compromise when it comes to your home or your hot water. Bradford White water heaters are built to be the best because your home deserves it. Visit BradfordWhite.com to learn more and find an installation pro near you.
A Gain Scent Bead story. Jim was at the laundromat when he heard his ear said, "Maraca, senor," but his nose said, "Hey, freshest scent ever." Following his nose, Jim found a man pouring a bottle of Gain Scent Beads into the washer. The scent, the freshness. Jim blurted, "Sir, your scent Maraca smell amazing." Actually, Jim, most noses call them Gain Scent Beads. Try Gain Scent Beads. Way fresher than detergent alone.
Oh no, stomach issues again?
Stomach issues? Who are you? Your pancreas. I could be the real reason for your diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools.
I thought it was my stomach.
People often do, but any of these symptoms could mean having a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and speak with your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
This is the Players Lounge on your home for Eagles football. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Man, just one game. He ain't about to do it. About to renegotiate your contract, cash rules, everything around it. Man, that's only been one game, Tanner. Welcome back to Sports Radio 94 WIP. It is the Chickies and Pete's Players Lounge. Listen, we're at Chickies and Pete's in South Philly. Come on down and hang out with us. This is the official sports bar of our beloved Philadelphia Eagles. Right now, we are joined in the Players Lounge. Hugh Douglas, Eliot Shorr-Parks, myself, with Eagles second-year quarterback Tanner McKee in the building. Come on now. Give a man a round of applause. First of all, welcome to the show, Tanner.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, this is the Players Lounge, man. I don't even know if they still have a Players Lounge in the building. They do, right?
We do.
Okay.
Still got it, yeah.
Okay.
They play a lot of ping pong there. So.
There you go. There you go. So this is somewhat like the Players Lounge, where we just have a conversation in here. It's not like the typical media. You used to seeing Eliot at your locker or in the locker room all the time. Yeah, just act like he's not even one of those
It's like
guys.
we're playing ping pong.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
So what we normally do when you guys win, it's
here we
customary on the show. This would be the 14th time we've done it this year, or I should say that I've done it. And it symbolizes what you guys usually did the day before, which is bring home a victory!
Oh, you did it.
Love it. All right. I got that out of the way. I got to be honest with you. You know, I normally do it at the start of the show. We do a show from 2 to 6. I do here. I normally do it at the start of the show. But today, I didn't necessarily feel the same energy from an Eagles win. No fault of yours. Pretty much mine. I was really being childish and petty.
Spoiled is what you're being.
And I'm still upset about the
spoiled.
Saquon not playing thing.
That's
So,
fair.
so I was holding it against everybody, but I felt like you deserved a true victory because you had your first career start, right?
Yeah, first one.
First career start, 27 for 41, 268, couple touchdowns.
That's a nice day.
Yeah, man.
For your debut.
So how was it for you out there getting your first extended action in the NFL?
It was great. Obviously, having the week of preparation was awesome. Just kind of running through the plays in the bedroom before at the hotel, and then all of a sudden getting out there and you're just playing football. So obviously, it was great being out there with the guys and playing football again and getting hit. It's been a while.
Sure.
And so, yeah, just being back out there on the field has been great, being in front of the fans.
You know what, Tan? I heard a lot of times that you were the guy that was cutting up the starting defense. So is that something that you took?
Team.
Yeah, the scout team offense. So is that something that you took pride in every day? Because I still hear guys talking about how Tanner was out there every day carving them up. So is that kind of like your game day when you go out there for practice?
Absolutely. I mean, we want to give them the best look that they can get, but also we want to perfect our craft as well. So, you know, when we have a card and if it's similar to one of the concepts that we run, I'll go tell the receiver, be like, hey, run it like, you know, this, so we can get some timing down. We can get some things down because obviously we're there to give the defense a good look that week, but we're trying to work on our craft as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious too. Like when you read defenses or when you read coverages, is it from for you? Is it from left to right or is it from the middle? Right, how do you read?
How you going through your progression?
Yeah, I think it depends. I think every game's a little bit different, just depending on film study, kind of like what tendencies the defense has.
So that you don't have any set way that you do stuff on a regular, like you don't have like a tendency to do
for
it
me,
one way or another.
I'm looking at safeties and linebackers, generally speaking.
Mhm.
There are sometimes you got to look at depth of corners, but safeties generally have more space to cover, so they can't really a corner, whether he's a cloud corner or quarters corner. Like he only has so much space that he has to move. A safety, if he's got the post, he's got to get back there. He can't be at the line of scrimmage unless they're running some very exotic play. And so they just can't disguise as well. So I feel like I get most of my information from safeties, backers, things like that.
Yeah, one more because I'm fascinated with the way that quarterbacks process information because what you do, it happens really, really fast. So when, say for instance, you go to the line and you have a play, are you for yourself predetermining where you put the ball, or is it you're reading on the fly and you picking out where the hole is in the defense that quickly? Is that how you're doing it, or is it predetermined?
Nah, so it kind of depends on what the defensive look is. A lot of times we'll have plays that are pure progression, which is you're starting with this guy no matter what the defense is. You're starting here. If he's not open, you're progressing to your 2, you're progressing to your 3. We have some plays that are, you're working on the right side. If it's a middle field open coverage, you're working on the left side. If it's a middle field closed coverage, we have some plays that are, if it's zone, you're working this. And then if it's man, you're going to work this concept. So it's a lot of film study. It's a lot of thinking right on the fly, a lot of quick reaction. But that's what makes the position hard. That's what makes it fun.
And you know what? The reason why, I know you know this, Ike, but the reason why I was asking that is because this all happens in 3 seconds. Like all of this is happening in like speed. It's happening fast. And yesterday, the thing that really jumped out to me about your play was that you got the ball out your hand quick. And it was like I was just fascinated about how quickly you made those split-second decisions. You just broke it down for us, but those split-second decisions that you made, I was like, damn. And that's against
Especially
the first
with
team.
your first start.
Yeah, with the first start and against, I don't care what anybody says, man. I know the Giants were going home, but damn it, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That was pretty impressive. I just was curious about what they clapping for, dog.
Because you made a good point, bro.
My bad. I was like,
I was wondering too.
That was like, what the hell they clapping for?
Oh, they ain't clapping at
Yeah,
the
it's not for the
game.
Sixers,
Yeah, it's not
yeah.
for the Sixers, believe me.
How beneficial?
That was a good point you made there, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't get to
Tough
talk
to follow
too
that
many.
up,
No,
yeah.
you know what's funny? We don't get to talk to too many quarterbacks.
No, you're right.
And so I've always been
The first
fascinated.
quarterback in the Players Lounge.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
Yes.
it's like I'm always fascinated because people don't understand how hard it is to play that position,
Right.
and how much information that you have to process in a split second. So I was always curious about how do you read your routes, and not only that, people talk about, oh, well, he stays. Dude, you talked about deciphering a defense and where the hole is in that defense that's in 3 seconds. I don't think people can fathom how hard that is to do.
No, it's definitely very challenging. Obviously, I've been working my whole life at it. Something that I'm continuing to try to master. And so, I feel like that's what makes the position hard.
How beneficial do you think it was for the first time in your career to? I don't know if you knew for sure you were starting on Monday, but where if you got the full week knowing, okay, I'm going to be the starter, I'm going to play on Sunday, these are the guys I'm repping with. How beneficial do you think that was for you in your development?
I thought it was great. I feel like my film preparation's been the same. Each week, I feel like I've been preparing like I'm going to be the starter. So I don't feel like
Is that hard to do?
It is hard to do because
I'm sure
a lot of times you want to take the easy way out. Like,
Yeah.
do I really want to stay late and watch this film when I'm
Right.
probably not going to get in the game? But if you do get that chance and like you want to be prepared, so that's part of the position. That's part of my job. But just with getting the reps in practice with those guys, having that time and having, the different looks that they're going to show is great instead of, it's a little bit different when you're watching film or you're trying to play it in your head. Okay, I know my checks, I know this, but we can actually go out there and rep it live and throw a ball. I feel like it is a little bit different, but I try to do my best when I'm behind, when Jalen's doing his reps, I'm trying to do the footwork as well. And this is where I'm going to make my reads. This is where I'm going to throw the ball. So it's similar to getting those live reps without actually just throwing the ball to that receiver.
Now, how much different was the speed for you preseason? You obviously play a lot in the preseason, and we've watched the last 2 summers look pretty good in the preseason. But real live game action is certainly different. How was the speed of the game out there for you?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little bit different, but we got dudes too. I mean,
That's
our
true,
dudes
yeah.
are faster, our dudes are better, and so it is a lot of fun. Kind of like what you were saying before, like trying to get the ball out quickly. Like we got dudes that can make guys miss in space. We got dudes that can make dudes miss without any space. And so, my job as a quarterback, kind of like a point guard, is to spread the ball out, to put the ball in the other guy's hands, to let them do their thing, because that's what they excel at. And so I feel like I'm doing my job when I can give the ball to those guys.
I don't think you guys understand, right? And as a quarterback, as the third quarterback, you're probably getting no reps when Jalen's healthy.
Right.
It's barely that Kenny Pickett is getting reps. So I can only imagine that you're not getting any reps. And to have to be mentally prepared every week and go in there, I think that's something that's impressive for a young player. Because listen, I was a backup, and I was in that role. And I know my earlier years, I remember the first time I was in a game, my rookie season, and the starter went down, Willie T went down, and next thing you know, they're like, "Where's Ike at? Where's Ike at?" And I'm standing right there, but I don't even want to go out on the field. Man. In my head, I'm like, man, I don't know the defense, man. Like, oh my God. So you go out there, man, and on defense, all I got to do is run around and make tackles. So me, I was just hoping they ran the ball because it's a lot easier to hide what you don't know if it's a running play versus having pass coverage.
Right.
So luckily they ran the ball the 2 times I was out there, and I didn't get exposed. But that what normally happens for a backup on a weekly basis, I don't think a lot of people understand that our job is to be mentally prepared, to be prepared. Like we talk about, everybody wants to play, but we know we're not going to get a chance to play most likely, and we still have to be prepared as if your number is getting called. I think that's impressive for you in your second year to sort of already have that mindset to where, you know, I'm preparing each week as a starter.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I feel like as a quarterback, it is your job to kind of know where everyone's going to be. If someone's lined up wrong, like, it's not okay to be like, oh, he didn't line up right. Like, as a quarterback, no, you line up over here. I know where you're supposed to go. This is the route that you have. Because, you know, I've been there before, and it's a sucky feeling when the running back's like, hey, what do I have here? And you're like, bro, I don't know. Like, that's tough. Like, as a quarterback, like,
I've been there too.
You're like, bro, like, I'm supposed to have the answers. They're supposed to lean on me as a leader, like, and everything. You're like, I guess run this. Like, I hope it's right. And so, yeah, you want to be prepared if somebody needs to, you know, a refresher on a route or whatever it is. And so I feel like that is your job, especially as a quarterback as well.
I'm going to take you back a week earlier, right? We know you started yesterday and you got to prepare.
Mm-hmm.
But getting thrown in the game when you weren't maybe thinking that you were going to go in the
As
game.
the emergency, too.
As the emergency guy in a game that mattered and still needed points and stuff on the board. What was that like for you?
Yeah, I mean, kind of like we were saying before, I was preparing like I was going to play, knowing that I might not play. But, you know, running through the plays, I feel like throughout the week I did get more reps, which was great, just taking snaps with Cam,
just in case.
Some routes. Just with those guys. Because the last thing you want is to go out there and you got a million things you got to think about, and you're like, oh, this doesn't feel right because I haven't taken a snap with this guy. Like, you want to be able to block all those things out. I've heard quarterbacks say, like, you know, delete what you can delete. Like, you don't want to – you have too many other things to think about. If it's not important, don't think about it. So you don't want to be thinking about, you know, snap count or, you know, timing or, you know, how does it feel to take a snap under center from a guy you haven't taken a snap with. And so I feel like we did get those reps, so I did feel ready. You know, we have meetings with just the centers, just the wideouts. So we do, you know, we're kind of all on the same page in that regard.
You come in short time. You throw your first touchdown pass to A.J. Brown. He proceeded to throw that up to the third, 14th row.
That's right.
In the stands. Thankfully, he got it back for you.
Yeah.
What was that like? Take me through that process, getting your first touchdown throw, and then the sort of, I guess, the events that happened afterwards where AJ basically had to negotiate his jersey to get the ball back. What was that like for you?
Right, so I'm lining up. We get the play call, and I know that AJ has a slot fade. I see that it's a one-on-one. I'm like, all right, the only thing that would really take me off is if the safety goes over or if the corner, like, drops back into, like, a deep third coverage and he tries to, you know, midpoint it. So I take the snap, see that it's one-on-one. I got to give AJ a shot, right? You know, throw the back.
Smart move as a quarterback too, by the way.
Yeah. Put the ball in those guys' hands. And then so once I throw it, and, you know, we score, I'm like hugging the whole line. All the boys are fired up, and I'm like, dude, I got to get off the field because we got to kick the PAT. I don't want to get a delay a game because we're all celebrating. So I didn't even
touchdown too.
Yeah, and I didn't even see AJ like throw the ball or anything. So I'm like running off on the side, and everyone's all fired up. And then I'm like, man, that was fun. And it was Ian that came over. It's like, I was like, where's 11? Like, I want to say, like, you know, nice catch. You know, thanks for catching my first touchdown pass. And he's like, bro, he just launched your ball like way at the top. And I'm like, no way. And then I was like, oh, well, where is he? I still want to, like, go talk to him. He's like, he's trying to negotiate with the guy right now. Like, him, Dom, and a bunch of guys are over there trying to get the ball back. So, yeah, it was a great experience. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was pretty fun.
What did it mean to you that AJ took the time to do that? You know, to immediately realize, oh, wait, I want to get Tanner the football, to do everything. What did it mean to you?
Yeah, I mean, it's huge. I've said this plenty of times. I feel like this team is such a brotherhood. We're all so close. And so it does mean a lot to have a guy that's, you know, done what he's done in the NFL. You know, yeah, I'm a second year guy. I was third string this year. for him to go out and give up his jersey and kind of just make that sacrifice. Thought it was awesome. I think it shows how close we are.
I think it was Kenny Pickett that compared it to being in college, just like the vibe,
The atmosphere.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was going to ask, do you agree with that?
Yeah, totally. Like the amount of time that we spend together, it's been awesome. So this team is very special in that regard.
What's the quarterback room like?
It's great.
I was going to ask him the same thing.
Yeah.
Quarterback.
No, it's a lot of fun. Just bouncing ideas off each other inside the quarterback room. How have you done this in the past? What drop have you taken? Because, especially at the beginning of the year, because Kellen's brought so many different concepts and plays and different things just with a completely different offense.
Mm-hmm.
And so just having, different ideas bouncing off each other, I feel like it's really been beneficial for us.
How hard has it been for you to be patient? I know this is only your second season in the NFL, but I mean, getting the field and playing yesterday, how hard is it for you to be patient, knowing that you feel that you can play at this level? And you proved that yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I just control what I can control. That's my preparation. That's how I play when my number is called. There's nothing I can do when I'm not on the field. And so I just, when my number is called, I want to be prepared as much as possible. I want to put my best foot forward. I want to show, everybody what I can do.
I was going to say, on one hand, I'm sure you obviously want to play every week, but it has to be nice that when you do play, there's so much talent around you. A lot of quarterbacks get to play right away, but
makes a big difference.
It's a little tougher to succeed.
Makes
so
it harder.
Yeah. What's it been like for you when not only the snaps you got in the game, but just in general playing and being around guys like an AJ Brown, Devontae, Saquon? Just how's that made your adjustment to the NFL easier?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty special feeling when you're sitting in the huddle and you're like, option. I can throw to AJ. I can throw to Smitty. I can hand the ball to Saquon. They got some good dudes on their end, but Lane's going to block them. Jordan's going to block them. And so it's a pretty special feeling as a quarterback. Like, these are my guys that we're going to go out and move the ball. So, it's definitely makes my job easier. And those guys are great dudes, great players, obviously.
In 5 quarters? Because did you play the half last week or did you play just a quarter? I can't remember.
I can't remember. I think it was like middle of the third quarter, I want to say. I believe so.
So let's say 5.5 quarters.
Yeah.
You got 4 touchdown passes in 5.5 quarters, man. That's pretty good. You do stuff like that. We start expecting things all the time.
That's great. No, that's good. High expectations are good.
That's like a touchdown a quarter right there, man. So no, that's pretty impressive. The start that you've gotten off to, and it was pretty cool to see you out there playing. Like I said, in the preseason, we always find guys that we like, young guys that you're like, okay, that's the guy I want to get behind and watch him develop. I think you've gained a lot of fans from watching you play in the preseason because that's the most we get to see you play, and everybody's genuinely impressed by just your demeanor, how you carry yourself. You remind us of a guy that played.
I was about to ask that.
That won a Super Bowl here. You ever heard of Nick Foles?
I have. I went golfing with him this offseason. He's a great dude.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
What was that like?
Super good dude. It was a lot of fun. Me, my agent, my marketing agent, they're like, hey, let's go golfing sometime, and we're gonna bring one of our friends. And I'm like, all right, sounds good. And we're warming up, and this guy's just hitting absolute rockets off the driving
Nick's
range.
a great golfer too.
He can step on a golf ball. He can rip a golf ball.
That's unfair.
Yeah. It's been a lot of fun.
Basketball player.
Yep.
I've heard that as well. I haven't played ball with him.
He played in college, right? I think he played at Arizona.
He had D1 scholarship offers in basketball. So I heard he's a pretty good basketball player. You got pretty good height.
I like to hoop. We hooped a little bit. So Jay took us down on like a throwing retreat in Florida during like OTAs.
Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, and we hooped down there, and it was a lot of fun. We were running some 2-on-2s and things like that. It was
who was the best?
Who was the best?
So is the quarterback room you're talking about?
Well, so his quarterbacks, some receivers.
No, Smitty. Did Smitty find his way there? Because he thinks he's a real basketball player.
Smitty had a personal reason he couldn't make it, so he wasn't there. Saquon was actually really good. Okay. I'm just like, I'm taller. I'm going to get over it. But that man's quick. He's explosive. He plays hard defense.
Oh, no doubt he's a defensive player.
Jay can ball too. Jay's just like smooth and like his shot and everything. Okay. Yeah. So Saquon's more like that high energy, like get in your face. Like you're like, man, I don't want to have to like put all this work to get to the hoop. It's like, come on, man.
He's out there really deep.
Yeah, for sure.
I was gonna say, what's Jalen like off the court? You get off the field. Yeah, you get a perspective of him that basically no one else in the city does. To us, he can be quiet. He's not super emotional sometimes. What's the Jalen you've got to know over the past 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, the guy loves football. He's a great teammate. We talked after, the Cowboys game, after last game. He's, congratulations on, your first start, first touchdown, whatever it is. I mean, he's just a great teammate. I remember when we were getting ready for the Dallas game, and I had no idea if I was even going to play, and he came up and was just like, hey, if you need anything, let me know. I got your back, just like you've always had mine. Like, if you need anything, I'm here to help you out, whether it's on the sideline, looks, film, how to prepare, anything. So yeah, he's a great teammate.
That has to mean a lot.
Oh yeah,
franchise quarterback.
Yeah, exactly. And so yeah, it's great. I think we really do have an amazing quarterback room.
Love it, man. Listen, we got one more segment. I wish we could stay another hour, man. We got one more segment with Eagles quarterback Tanner McKee. Right here in the Players Lounge. We'll be back. Hugh Douglas, Eliot Shorr-Parks, and your boy Ike right here on 94 WIP.
Back to the Players Lounge. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
I'm Chris Rose with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Jahmyr Gibbs scored 4 touchdowns. Lions beat the Vikings 31-9 to clinch the NFC North and the number 1 seed. Lions finished 15-2. Vikings the 5 seed with 14 wins. Bucs rallied from 10 down to beat the Saints 27-19 to clinch the NFC South. Took until the final play, but Mike Evans surpassed 1,000 receiving yards for the 11th consecutive season, tying Jerry Rice for the longest streak all time. Broncos blanked the Chiefs 38-zip to clinch the AFC's final wildcard spot. Titans have the number 1 pick in the 2025 draft after losing to the Jags, coupled with the Patriots' win over the Bills. After the game, New England fired head coach Gerard Mayo, went 4-13 in his lone season. Wildcard matchups are set. Saturday, it's Chargers at Texans, Steelers at Ravens. Sunday, Broncos at the Bills, followed by the Packers at Eagles. The nightcap, the Commanders at Bucs. And Monday night, the Rams play host to the Vikings. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Know what's below, because even minor excavation projects like installing a mailbox, building a patio, or putting up a fence can do major damage. Contact 811 before you dig, or visit pa1call.org to submit a locate request to have underground utilities marked.
Look at you. Your life is under control. Errands done. Leaves raked. It's time to give yourself a reward. You know you've been waiting all day for your favorite tasty cake treat, but which one? There are so many great choices. Is it the delicious Crimpet or the mouth-watering candy cake? No matter what you choose or where you are, it's always time for a tasty cake, so choose what feels right and enjoy. You've earned it, and you know you deserve it. Tasty cake, accept no substitutes.
I'm Jalen Hurst here for Window Nation. If you're a fan of saving money, listen up.
Right now, get 50% off all window styles. Plus, you could get 0 interest and 0 payments for 2 years. Sale ends January 31st, so schedule your consult now at 866-90-NATION or at windownation.com.
Don't pay more than you have to for new windows. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
Hey, Joe DeCamera here. What a wild time in Philadelphia sports as we search for a winner. Let me tell you about a team I know is a winner, and that's the squad leading the forklift industry in the Delaware Valley, the great people Andy and Brett Levin at MHS Lift. MHS Lift. From forklifts to equipment rentals to racking solutions and warehouse optimization, MHS Lift, they do it all, and they're ready to elevate your business. Call MHS Lift. Call them today at 888-MHS-LIFT or go to MHSLift.com. That's MHSLift.com.
At Mainline Health, heart care is heartfelt.
We listen. We treat. We innovate. So when you want more heart care options, turn to the place where human care happens.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hi, I'm Dr. Peter Stahl, board-certified urologist and senior vice president of men's sexual health at HIMSS. In my 12 years of practice as a reproductive urologist, I've helped many guys with ED, and it has never been more convenient to treat than it is right now, thanks to HIMSS. It really wasn't easy before. You had to take time out of your day, come to a physical office, and see a specialist like me in person. Now, through HIMSS.com, you can get world-class sexual health care and a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. It starts with a free assessment from a medical provider licensed in your state who can determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. So don't wait. Join the hundreds of thousands of guys who've gotten help for their ED through HIMSS.
To start your free online visit and find ED treatment at up to 95% off brand name prices, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit.
Back to the Players Lounge on your home for Eagles football. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Sports Radio 94 WIP. It is the Chickies and Pete's Players Lounge. Yeah, that's Monty G. We're Chickies and Pete's in South Philly. Baby, baby.
Hey, that was good. That was a good Monty G. Yeah.
We also are joined by Eagles quarterback Tanner McKee. He's in the building with us tonight. We don't really get, as Hugh mentioned in the last segment, we don't get to talk to quarterbacks very often.
I'm normally the quarterback expert. So the
quarterback whisper.
Yeah. Do the training camp stats and
you know what it is. The funny thing is he's shaking his head like, no, you're not.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Yeah, he knows. Yeah.
The funny thing is the Eagles, we never had a starting quarterback here for sure. And most of the backup quarterbacks don't necessarily even want to come on and do the show. So when I heard you were coming on, I was like, awesome, man. Yes.
Good timing, too.
Well, and because we talk about the position so much. Like we really do analyze the quarterback position probably a little more than most cities.
We definitely ain't know a little bit more, yeah.
A little more than most cities. We're a little bit more infatuated with the position. But it was great to hear you talk about the quarterback room and how close you guys are. We haven't asked you a whole lot about Kenny. How has Kenny been? He's been the first year as a teammate with you. Got traded over, got a chance to start, was banged up, and then couldn't finish the game. But how is you two's relationship?
Yeah, it's great. Me and Kenny have been golfing plenty of times.
Okay.
We're good friends off the field.
Yep.
Same thing, just bouncing ideas off of each other, just knowing, watching film together and different things like that. Like, it really is a great quarterback room as a whole. And so, it's great, especially as a young guy. I got my first start, yesterday, but those guys definitely have so many starts and games under their belt. So just to be in a room with two guys that have been the starter, that have been the guy, just to bounce ideas off of is great for me.
A coach that we don't know a whole lot about. I think it's his first year with this Nussmeier.
Yeah,
Nussmeier. Okay, how is he been?
Killing the man name.
Well, listen, I'm just saying. This kid is a pretty good player at LSU, right? Yeah. But how has he been with your development this year?
Yeah, I think he's an unbelievable coach. Just from the quarterback position, I feel like just the details that he pays attention to is awesome. At the beginning of the year, he's like, what can I do to help, you develop, and how can I be a good coach? And I'm like, dude, like be hard on me, like every detail, like even if it's something that you've said a couple times, if I'm not doing it right, don't just let it go. And he's really held up to that. He's, to the point where sometimes it almost gets annoying, but it's like, dude, I just gotta fix it at this point, which is good. And I feel like, as a coach, he's awesome, understands the offense. Him and Kellen are always on the same page. He's always a guy that and Jay's awesome with this, just asking questions like why this concept this week, or why are we doing this, and he always has the answer. So I feel like there really is good communication from the top to the bottom, which is awesome.
What's the addition of Kellen done for you guys?
I think just adding a new flavor to what we do. So the thing that Kellen did great, and he still does great because I think he's been doing awesome calling plays. But when he came in, he basically took what we did best the last few years, kept that, and then brought what he's been doing best in the past, and kind of got rid of the things that we were just okay with at the last couple of years. And so we really got the best of both worlds of keeping what we do best. He didn't just come in and be like, hey, this is what I do, or this is what we're doing. He's like, let's see what we do best. Let's keep what we do best. And then let's make some tweaks that I think can make us a better team. And I feel like he's definitely done that.
What about Nick? I think with Kellen coming in, some people are saying, well, what does he do, right? But obviously, he's the head coach of the team. He's a big job and setting the culture for you guys. What's your experience with Nick been like over the past 2 years?
Yeah, he's been awesome. I mean, we meet with him just as the quarterbacks every week, just talking about different situations, different things. The thing that I love about Nick, and I feel like this is rare in coaches, he's the big thing that he did one time that just kind of stood out to me. He's like, I'm never going to coach off how the play ended up with. Or
right.
So if you did something wrong, but the play ended up in your favor, a lot of the coaches will just be like, oh, the ball was overthrown. So your technique wasn't off. Or,
right.
As a quarterback, oh, he made an unbelievable play, even though it wasn't a good ball or it wasn't a good read. And just oh, we're not going to talk about that. So he doesn't coach off the play. He's going to coach off the technique. He's going to coach off the details and things like that. And so even if the play, you can make an unbelievable play, but you can still get chewed out for making the right read or for making the wrong read or whatever it is. And I feel like that's what makes a good team great, because you're not satisfied just with getting lucky or having better players than the other team. We're going to always try to get better, which I think he definitely brings that to the table.
I feel like a lot of players use the word detail when talking about Nick and situational football. I know he's the only coach you've had in the NFL, but you've obviously had a lot of coaches through your football life. Does he stress that maybe more than others?
I mean, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And he says this all the time, but literally watching games, if it's a 2 minute or 4 minute, whatever the situation is, it's almost frustrating to see teams or guys do it wrong, because we go over it so much as a team. Mm-hmm. He emphasizes those things so much. As a quarterback, if I'm near the sideline and we're playing catch, I'm going to catch, I'm going to drag, because we talk about those details all the time. It's there's just little things like that. And watching other teams, college, whatever it is, if they don't call a timeout at the right time, or if the quarterback's not communicating the way he's supposed to, it's dude, I'm bro, we talk about this so much, but obviously that's not emphasized wherever that is. So, I think that's a great point of emphasis that he does, and that he does great, that, helps the team be great.
How was the start yesterday for the family? I'm assuming you had family come out, watch you make your first start. Did you have family come out?
Yeah, so my parents came out. My wife was at the game.
Okay.
So, yeah, it was a great time.
I heard you picked them up at the airport, right?
Okay, you were married. Okay, awesome. How long you been married?
2.5 years.
There you go.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. Mom and dad came out. You got siblings?
I do. So I'm the second of four.
Okay.
So yeah, it's been great. I got an older sister, younger sister, and then a younger brother.
Okay. So
you're the only athlete, or are you guys all just?
So my younger brother, I don't know if you guys know. So I lived in Brazil for 2 years.
I did
a 2-year mission trip from my church. My brother is in Guatemala right now. He has 9 months left.
Oh, wow.
When he comes back, he's a big boy though, so he's gonna play left tackle.
Okay.
But he's gonna go play for BYU afterwards.
Okay.
Which is great. So looking forward to him. He's gonna have to put some weight back on though. He's lost a lot of weight in Guatemala. So
yeah, over in Guatemala.
We're gonna have to put some weight back. So
has he given you his analysis of how you played?
Yeah. So down there they don't he can't watch the game or watch TV or anything, but he got permission to listen to it on the radio and watch the interviews afterwards. So I was texting with him back and forth. So it was fun that he got special permission to kind of listen to the game and things like that. So it's cool.
No, that's pretty cool, man. And it's good that your family got to come out and check you out yesterday. It's pretty cold. Now, where are you from? Are you a California kid?
I am. So Corona, California. It's kind of close to Anaheim, in between LA and San Diego.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yes, California.
So yeah, we're not used to the snow. My parents and my wife are freezing.
Oh yeah, today enjoy today. Today was today might have been the first snow we've gotten around here.
Yeah,
real snow. Yeah, it's the first real snow we've gotten around here in a while. So you guys win 14 games this year, man. 14-3. You tied the franchise record that they set, I believe, back in 22, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they won 14 games in 22. First round playoff game, number 2 seed, Green Bay. You saw this team early in the season, first game of the season. You're going to get a chance to take them on next week. You excited? I know I'm expecting Jalen to be back in there playing, so I'm not going to act as if you're starting Sunday. But you are a part of the team, and hell, a playoff game. We haven't had one around here since the Super Bowl year, right?
Since 22, yeah.
Since we played San Francisco. So you're excited about the atmosphere this weekend coming up for Sunday's game?
Yeah, anytime it's a playoff game, everything all the chips are on the table. Everybody's kind of has that. It's just a little bit more. I feel like every game's important. Every game you want to win. Yeah. But in a playoff game, it's is win or go home. Yeah. So all our guys are excited. We're ready to roll. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
How I don't know if you started watching the Packers defense yet, but I mean, it feels like forever ago. You played
very
them,
long time ago.
Literally
like 2 different seasons
in Brazil too. To
Yeah.
add on top of that, but just if you have started, how different are they? I mean, can you even use that tape because it's so long ago?
I think we'll definitely watch it because it's just against us. So I kind of have my routine of I watch their 3 recent games. I watch when we played them. If we did play them, I watch their explosive. So I'm going to do all that tomorrow. Today was more of personal corrections of the game before, the week before.
Well, that must have been nice to have tape to correct.
It was great.
Yeah,
it was great. Yeah, it was really good with footwork
Who'd you
and
do
reads
that with?
and things like that.
Just you? Or?
It was just me. I'm gonna watch it with Nuss tomorrow as well, just to get a coach's eye. I think we might watch it as a whole quarterback group as well.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it was great to kind of just have some reps and just actually be watching me, which is fun.
You excited to have the whole quarterback room watch you? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Now they can watch and see what I do.
Yeah,
Look at
exactly.
me. Look at me.
Right.
Look at me. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Real quick, a sports fan? Are you like the other sports? Basketball?
Yeah.
Hockey,
No, we've
baseball?
gone to Philly games. We're trying to go to a 76ers game. Might go to the one on Friday. We'll see.
Say you should go soon. They're playing the Suns tonight. What do you mean you should go soon? Elliot was just halfway through the season.
It's still exciting now.
Yeah. Well, listen, man, we enjoyed having you. Thank you for doing the show tonight. We certainly appreciate it coming off of yesterday's game. A lot of fans in the city excited about your future and where you're going to be as far as moving forward, developing. The Eagles once used the term quarterback factory. It's before you were even here. It's a couple of years ago. It's quarterback rooms like we have right now and watching you develop as a young player to where you are that makes that ring even more true, that they know how to pick a good quarterback out and they see talent. So good luck to you the rest of the way, man.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Yep. All right, everybody. Thank everybody for coming out tonight. We don't have Monday Night Football, damn it, so I don't have a hard out. I'm going to try to get us out of here as best I can, but we got the Sixers on. Are they winning or losing?
I think they were winning.
We don't even care. Embiid's not playing,
right?
So it doesn't even really matter. The games only count when Embiid plays. He's not playing again tonight, Tanner. Don't worry about that. I'll handle that part. Thank everybody for coming out tonight. Listen, weather wasn't great, but you guys showed up. I appreciate it. That's how much they wanted to see you, Tanner. Thank you.